Been assembling the motor, just putting some of the stuff on it. Got some fancy pulleys. Look really good. She's moving right along. I am going to air out a couple grievances. I want you guys to see what you guys think. My first thing I'm going to talk about is these headers. They're for a big block, and they fit. I give that to them, but I have a real problem with the hardware. I got a real problem with the hardware for a couple reasons. One thing is they're too long. As you can see, we got lock washers in behind every single one of them. They actually bottom out before it would tighten up the header. And if that's fine and dandy, but if that's the hardware you're going to send with it, make sure you send the lock washers also. I could just picture the number of people that's went out there, put a set of headers on, tightened it up, and either broke bolts off because it wouldn't tighten up, or just because it's the wrong hardware. You assume when you buy a product like that the hardware is going to be correct. These right here are the world's worst about it, getting the wrong hardware with these. This particular one had the right hardware, but a lot of times this bolt right here will bottom out before you get the housing tight, and it'll leak and leak and leak, and then you end up stripping out your intake manifold because you're trying to wrench it down when it's already bottomed out. My second complaint is these bolts. They're metric. I don't know if I'm just an old timer, but I don't understand why you're selling something for an old car where every bolt in it's a standard, but then you're going to send it with a metric head. And the really kicker is these are not metric threads here. It's just a metric head on the bolt. So I don't know. I just hate stuff like that. The next thing I'm going to air out a little bit is this plate. Kind of the same thing. The hardware's half metric and it's half standard. I could understand if it was all one way or all the other, but I don't understand why it's got to be mixed. But I just wanted to air that out a little bit. You guys tell me what you think. Am I just hard-headed sourpuss, or do I got a little leg to stand on? I hope you guys have a good weekend. Catch y'all later.